know that I will need to see this like 3 times
You,
probably.
you won't. It's like 3 steps.
It's easy. Okay.
It's so easy. It's so
Okay.
easy. Okay.
That's the green.
We're recording.
Thank you, Rach.
We are recording for my red blue friend who needs instructions, step-by-step visual instructions. Here we go. Okay, over here on the left side of your screen, that's where your newsfeed, your messenger, all the things are. You got your shortcuts to your different groups. And then down here under your explore, you're going to click see more unless the friends tab is already there, because there's tons of things down here. Y'all see this? Like saved. My saved is at the top because I save a ton of stuff. Hey, do you ever see those posts where people click like they type F and they're just, or they type following? And I'm like, no, bro, you can turn the notifications on for that, or you can save that post for later. I save everything from recipes to funny videos to all the things because I always want to share them, but it's just not the right time to share them with someone. So I save it and then I share it later.
I do the same thing.
You guys have to utilize that share button. So that's why it's at the top, because I use it so much. So you see your groups. I try to train my leaders to focus on that groups tab because it keeps you from getting distracted with all the news feed that's going on Facebook. Because you can get on Facebook and just go, oh my gosh, a cat riding a Roomba. That is the cutest thing ever. Save. But going straight to that group tab, it shows you all your notifications for your groups. You can pick your favorite groups that you can pin them to the top. That's a great tab. Okay, moving on down, you've got your pages, your memories, your friends list. That's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to click on this friends list, and you're going to see these guys right here. Facebook will automatically create some for you with the places that you've worked. That's what these are, like Living with Thieves, and this one says Regions, Church of the Highlands, Young Living. Those are places on my profile that says that I've been employed by, and then other ones depending on where you live. So Alabaster, Helena, Coleman. I went to Pelham High School, so it made those lists for me. Okay, these up here at the top that have the 2 little heads next to them, the 2 little blue heads, those are ones that I've created. Same with these down here at the bottom. Look, that one says block. I don't know you well. I don't want to see your stuff. So I have certain settings within that Facebook friends list that I don't want to see their stuff pop up on my newsfeed. Anywho, here we go. So right here at the top, you're going to just click create list. And I'm just going to put my BFFs. There you go. Literally, that's all you have to do. And then you start adding people. You only have to add 1 person to get it started. So let's go with Rachel, Amanda. See, they're automatically populating in there. And then I create it. It's there. So now my BFFs, the only thing when I go to that friends list, so hang on, work with me. I'm going to move kind of quickly right here. I'm going to click on friends list. And if I only want to see what they are posting, so let me use a different list for an example. My prospects. I'm not going to use that because I don't want y'all to see who my prospects are. Let's go to my lead team. Like, these are some leaders on my team, and I want to stay connected with them. So I put them in this group, and I click on there, and that shows me. So Miss Gail Forrester, love her. This is what she's posting on her timeline. This is not within a group. It is on her timeline, what she has shared with the whole entire world or her friends list. So if that were, she said, this is an awesome testimony. People, please watch this. So that's awesome. So if I wanted to watch that, I would go watch it and comment. Laura Nelson, she's one of my amazing silver. She's having a class coming up. That's so, look at his face. So that she's sharing a funny photo about school pictures for this little boy. I mean, I don't know what she's sharing. And look, Miss Pam Bell shared Tia and Tamara. If y'all remember that show, she uses Young Living essential oil. She's kind of like an ambassador. So I can get on here, and Becky's sharing about our Zoom call. I can get on here and I can love on my leaders because of what friends list they're on. So that's where making a prospect list comes in handy. You can make your, like my YL team. So everybody who's on my team that comes across my desk, I add them to my YL team. And then I have my leaders, my personally enrolled. This is a leg that I'm working on. Jonica's team, that's a leg that I'm working on. This is like my neighbors. I have a neighbor group now. Down here, I have my Church of the Highlands people. It's kind of like your circles. You know what I mean? Your circles. You're grouping them into circles. Let's see. I wanted to show y'all exactly what that looks like. So let me get a Rachel. Come on. My computer's running slow for some reason. There's Rachel. So you see here how it shows that she's my friend. So now look, you can drop. I didn't have to click that. All I did was hover over it, add to another list, and it's going to show you which list she's a member of. So she's a member of Young Living Essential Oils. She's on my All Friends, and I'm going to add her to Crossline Oilers because she's not on my team. She's a Crossline Oiler. And that Bestest I use the same thing to explain to make another friends list to show someone like I'm doing with y'all right now. So anyways, does that make sense, you guys? Does anybody have any questions about that? You can unmute yourself real quick and ask me questions.
I have something to say. Nobody
Yeah,
has
go
a
ahead.
question. I was just gonna say, like, do y'all connect that to last week and how we talked about the micro work? Like, I mean, I'm not green. I'm not organized. And I have been wanting to do this forever because when I'm inviting my whole team to an event, I just sit there and invite people for an hour, right? So like now, because you can just click that, right, Jackie? Like I can just click like Springfield team, click, and it sends the invite to my whole Springfield team.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to like minimize the amount of time that we have to spend, working and doing the things, right? And so that is a big important thing. And that prospect one though, like that blew my mind. That'll keep you really connected, really close with your prospect people. I love that.
One thing that I love about it is that, when you can change your post to friends or public or only me or the little world, the friends or the lock. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
You're posting. Okay. There's another one that says add list, or I can go over there to it if y'all want me to, but you can choose to only share something to one of those lists, which is kind of like what Amanda's talking about. So if I didn't want the whole entire world to see, I wouldn't put it on public. If I didn't want my whole entire friends list to see, I wouldn't put it on that. I would choose the friends list. So if I had a friend that went to church with us that had a death in the family and we were doing a take them a meal or something like that, I would only share that to my Highlands friends list because those are the people that we all go to church together. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't have to put them all in a group message. Or I don't have to do any of that stuff. I can just post it on Facebook, but only those people in that friends list are going to see it.
And it shows up in their newsfeed like normal.
Right.
So that's really cool because you know how we don't always want to look like salespeople, but we want to let someone know like the starter kit's on sale or whatever. So you could just click your prospects list and put a little, that's
so the whole world's not seeing it going, oh my word, is she posting about oils again? You're only posting it to certain people. So that's why if any of you, your friend requested me, I said this last week, send me a private message because I have 832 now. It was like 809. But I can't approve people until I know why I know them and I know which group to put them in. That's just my green. That's just, it is what it is. So
we have a couple of questions in the chat box.
Yes, I'm looking.
Becky said, can you see the list on your phone or only on your laptop? You can also see it on your phone. It's one of the little extra things. You have to hit the square that shows you all the extra options. But you can do it on your phone. I'm sure Jackie's getting ready to tell us that. And Tracy wanted to know what's up with all the friends lists. So a lot of the time before I had friends lists, like I didn't have a prospect list until probably at some point this year. I usually, whenever I pick up my phone and I go into Facebook, the first thing I do is hit notifications because I want to see like what I've posted that's been commented on so that I can comment back. What reactions have come up on posts that I've shared. And then I can see if someone's tagged me in something or comment, that's where I go. I don't open Facebook and just start randomly scrolling. So this is a way to be intentional with your work hours, because if you only have 10 minutes and you really need to spend some time connecting with your prospects, then you have 10 minutes. You don't need to be aimlessly scrolling on Facebook watching cat videos. You can hit that prospect list, go like, love, comment at least 5 words, hit some emojis, send some people some gifts that are stinking funny and get their attention, and your prospect list, because if they keep seeing your name pop up, if you comment on their things, they're going to see your things. They have a higher likelihood of seeing what you're posting too. So that's the purpose of having the list, so that you can rebuild that relationship and communication with them. So instead of just aimlessly scrolling, you're being intentional about what you're seeing, depending on what group you have it in.
That's good. Becky, I just looked and they're kind of changing the menu up because Facebook is ever changing. My Facebook screen looks completely different than Darren's Facebook screen. And then like last week sometime, my Messenger got real bubbly and looked weird. Anybody else's? Like it started looking crazy. Yes, Michelle, you're shaking your head. Like it's constantly changing. So it's not within the app. It used to be a button where you're most recent. If you go and you look where it says most recent, that used to have a drop down box that said most recent, or you could choose friends list and you could go through your friends list. Now I have a shortcut on my phone that is a mobile, not a mobile, but it looks like the desktop site of Facebook. So when I pull it up, it looks like I'm on the computer. And then I navigate that way to a lot of different things, just because the website is friendlier than the mobile, because you are using an app. You're not using Facebook phone. I don't really know how to explain that, but does that make sense? Yes, I lost a few months ago, the desktop. Yes. Awesome. So create you a shortcut. I have a shortcut right here. It literally, you guys, no, you can't see that, but see this one up here next to that button is my app, and the one right there in the middle is my desktop site. So I'm going to show you. I will private message you and show you how to make a shortcut on your desktop. Okay. All right. Any more questions about the friends list? There's so much you can do with them. I love me a friends list. I'm trying to think what else you can do with them.
Jackie, can I add a few things?
Absolutely, Jessica, please.
Okay, so a while back when someone told me to make these friends lists, I made only one list. I made prospects, because when I was posting about sales and things like that, of course, your oily friends, because they want to be supportive, they're like, oh my God, what an amazing list. And your mom's like, you're doing oils again, Jessica? And your grandma's like, what's this? Like all your family chimes in. When your family or someone already oily chimes in on something that you post that's oily, when you just post it to everyone, Facebook, there's like the day that your mom ruined your Facebook feed. There was an article that came out about that. And it was about how when your mom likes everything that has to do with like science and whatever, he was writing these articles. None of the science articles started going to Facebook to all the people who wanted to read it that were his science friends, because his mom liked it so many times in a row that the only people who saw it on their feed were her and her friends. So like his mom like ruined how many people saw his posts. So what he did was he created a list of just like his science people, so that when he posted it, they all saw it. And then, so he didn't hurt his mom's feelings, an hour later or two, changed the privacy settings from just science friends to everyone, and then everyone sees it. But if you just post it first to just everyone, Facebook sends it to and shows it to only the people in the algorithm that have to do with the likes and interests of those first few likers, and then the rest of them miss it. So what I do is I will post something just to prospects, and then a couple hours later when I remember, I switch the privacy to everyone so that even my oily friends can go in and be like, oh my gosh, that's such a great deal. And instead of Facebook only showing it only to them, it's now showing it to multiple lists of people. And so that can be really helpful. Also, Facebook, when you go live now, it doesn't show that to everyone. Unless you say, yes, I want to be notified when this person goes live. I miss so many of them because I don't see them. And people miss the ones that I do because Facebook doesn't show it to them anymore. So what I've done is I create, like Jackie, you have like your team list. Although your team is much bigger than mine, what I've done is I've put all my oily friends and team friends in like different lists. And before I go live, like 15 to 20 minutes before, I go through their list and comment, comment, like, comment, like, comment, like, comment, like, comment. I go through, and then when I go live, so many more people see it instead of just the people who get my notifications because they're like, oh, Jessica's funny, whatever. I don't know. And so it really helps to kind of trick the algorithm so that everyone can kind of see what you're doing.
Becky asked if you can only go live to a certain list. You know what? I haven't even tested that yet. I don't know. I'll have to look and see with those options because I always want it public because whatever I'm sharing, I'm wanting to share it publicly, Becky. So I'm not really sure. Dang, before I read that, I had something and I lost it. Those are really good, Jessica. I love it. Oh, when you post those little graphics that say, I'm going live in 5, for that next 5 minutes, that's when I take that time, like Jessica said, and go through that friends list and comment and like and talk, because that's when Facebook's like, hey, those guys are friends. Let's show them all the things. So that's that. All right. I think that's all the questions over there. Tracy, I'll explain my all friends list later. It's nothing fancy. It's just the way I do things. Next up, we're going to have Rachel. Rachel just got home, like literally not even 24 hours ago. She has been hustling it up. She like landed on the ground and hit the ground running from Ecuador, y'all. And she's got some stuff that she wants to share with us. So you've got the floor, Rachel.
Hi, thank you. So actually I have been home. It's been right at 24 hours. I just got back from a week in Ecuador, and I know that y'all are hustling for rank, but ultimately your goal should be platinum because you all need to go to platinum retreat. All of you have to be there. What I'm about to share with you is not going to impact you as much as if you were there yourself. And there's no way for me to verbally explain what happens when you're there. So one of my new passions, because I have so many of them that have to do with Young Living, is to encourage people to round up their orders for the Young Living Foundation. I became really good friends with Greg while I was down there. He's the head of the Young Living Foundation. And I was really touched by what I saw and just what I experienced. We got to go to the Young Living Academy. So that's what we did the second day that we were there. And we got to meet our sponsor child. And that melted me because, I have 2 8-year-olds, which y'all saw earlier, and a 10-year-old. And the little girl that we sponsor down there is 7. And her name is Roberta. And I got to meet her, and we, Young Living gave us these Instax cameras, so we took some pictures with her, and we gave them to her so that she would have a picture of us, because we knew that we have pictures of her that Young Living emails to us. And so we got to take a picture and give it to her, and then we went through a tour of the school so we could see what they were working on. And what really touched me is I know that they're going to learn the same things that my kids are learning, but it's different to actually see it. And so we went into one of the classrooms, and they had all these science projects that they had been working on throughout the year. And one of them was out of construction paper and Play-Doh or some type of modeling clay, an animal cell and a plant cell, which is something that my 10-year-old just learned. So I took a picture of it to show her that they're learning the same thing that she is and how cool that is, because that gave her a connection. So now she feels more connected to those kids that are there. So that was really awesome. Then they also had an entire school had this performance of the life of Gary. And so it talks about like how he grew up and how he got hurt and how he decided to heal himself, and then how he met Mary and how he started the farms and how they had the boys, and basically how he started the farm in Ecuador, which is incredibly, unexplainably gorgeous. If any of y'all saw my Facebook post, you'll see exactly how like amazingly beautiful it is. And you just have to be there in person. Like the pictures don't do it any justice. And so the next day we were at the farm all day. So we got to just tour everything and see all of the parts of it. And that was awesome because I didn't realize what all was there and what all goes into making oils. Like I know that frankincense has to be 40 years old before you can tap it to get the best resin, to get the best oil. But I didn't realize that the Palo Santo forest that is there, the trees have to fall over and be on the ground. Like the trees have to die before they harvest them. And so a tree will fall over. Half of the roots and half of the trunk are still connected to the ground. It stays there for 3 to 5 years laying on the ground on its side before it dies. And that's when it's harvested. And so they cut it up into wood and then they cut it into chips, because the wood has some really good qualities, but the chips have the highest qualities. They're also like making bricks down there because there's just not enough resources available. We had a service project our service project, which was supposed to be painting the recreation area, ended up being paving the recreation area. So we laid bricks. And I've shared some pictures of that, and we didn't get to finish it, but my husband, he killed it for those 2 hours that we were out there working as hard as he could and sweating, and he broke like 4 mallets. They don't make very good quality material. But we had a great time doing that. And, we were happy to be able to serve in that small way. The next day was a free day for most everyone else, but since we sponsored a child, we had an opportunity to visit her house. And so we got up early in the morning. Now, we stayed in Guayaquil, and the academy and the farm are in Chongqing. That's a 45-minute bus ride back and forth every day. So these were long days. Like we were gone all morning to all night. So we rode out there again, went to the academy, met our translator, Maria, who was a volunteer. Her friend is a teacher at the academy and was asking for volunteers to be translators. Cute little 23-year-old college student. She was so precious. And we had to drive 7 miles. So we had a parent at the school volunteered to drive us to our sponsored child's house. So we get to the house, and I didn't know what to expect because I'd been in Mexico before, which I know this is not Mexico, it's Central America, but I'd seen where people had, like maybe cinder block houses with metal roofs or like mud houses with metal roofs. I just didn't know what to expect because some of the houses are nicer than others, and all of the kids that go to the academy, their families pay based on what they can. So if the family can pay $2 a month, then they pay $2 a month. If they can pay $50 a month, then they pay $50 a month. All of the kids that are sponsored there have 3 sponsors. And so our $75 that we pay is added together with 2 other people who pay $75. And actually all of the money doesn't go directly to our sponsored child. It kind of all goes into a pool for everyone to get what they need. And then the other people that can pay do pay some. And so we were able to meet Roberta and her family. And she lives in all of the houses that are like on top of each other. Like they share walls basically. So there's sections of what looks like, I guess you would call townhouses, but they're basically just cinder block. And so the bottom floor was her mom's store. She has a shop there. And so we walked through. The bottom floor was where two of her aunts lived. And then we went up some stairs and there was an open area. So it was open air. And there was like just laundry hanging and then some miscellaneous stuff. So then we go into the kitchen, and but we took a picture in the kitchen, which I should probably have shared with y'all. But the only thing in the kitchen, there was a washing machine for their clothes and a refrigerator, a stove, and 2 shelves that hung all of their plates and cups and like pots and pans. And then we went to another room where there were tiles missing off the floor, a set of metal stairs that went into the back part of the house, a glass table with 4 chairs, and a desk with a plastic lawn chair. They had a little shelf with a stereo, but there wasn't a TV in there at all. And that's where we sat and conversed with the family. We were able to give Roberta a gift. So we gave her a backpack full of a whole bunch of toys that my kids picked out, and a t-shirt and some socks and toothbrush and all kinds of stuff like that. And so we basically sat and we were like, just asking questions about the family. There wasn't a father there. I didn't ask about the father because I didn't want it to be awkward. But the mom was there with her other 3 children, and their grandma was there. I didn't see the aunts. There were some ladies downstairs when we went to leave, but I didn't ask about who they were. So it was a really humbling experience to know that she's getting this amazing education. From what her mom told me, she was in the public school, which they have a government-run public school, and she wasn't doing very well. While she was there, she was not making really good grades. And she started going to the academy this year because her older sister graduated. She was in the first graduating class from the Young Living Academy, and that made space for Roberta to be able to go to school there. So she's making straight A's now. She's got the highest grade in her class in English, in the subject of English. I should show you my tree. She made us a tree. It's the prettiest thing. I'm gonna ask Chris to get it. Hey babe, Chris, can you bring me the tree real quick off of the dining room table? They gave us this gift, and I wasn't even expecting a gift from them because I wanted to be able to gift to them. So we only got to spend an hour with her, and we got to just ask a ton of questions. And I said, we want to send her a Christmas present. They celebrate Christmas on December 24th, not the 25th. I know her birthday's in February, and my twins' birthday's in February. They're like 10 days apart in 1 year. And so this is the tree that they made us. Look how this. Is that not the best thing ever? So it's like copper, it's probably not real copper wiring, with beads on it. And like they made it like from start to finish. And y'all, I was so afraid it was going to break on the way home, but it took them 3 weeks to make it. And so now I have this constant reminder of this sweet, sweet girl that we get to help every month, and we get to help support them. So my passion now is, while you're there, Greg shared with us that only 10.8% of orders are rounded up. And whenever you round up your order, you can round up your ER order, you can round up a quick order. Every time you order, you can round up, and it's 99 cents or less. The maximum amount that it's going to round up is 99 cents. If all of us pull together and round up our order, if everybody rounds up their order, we could generate $4 million a year to help not just the Young Living Academy in Ecuador, but all of the different organizations that the foundation operates with. So the one thing that is now going to be my mission is to make sure that everyone's rounding up their order, because it's complete BS that only 10% of people are doing it, because I've got 25 cents to spare, and so do you. I've got 99 cents to spare every time that I order once a month, and so do you. We all have that extra. I'm not asking for $50. Now, if we can get, 20,000 people to donate $5 a month, and that's an extra $100,000 for them, $5 is not a lot to me. I will skip a Starbucks a day to donate $5 a month. That's not a lot for any of us to be able to give. And most of us just don't make it a thing. So one of the things that I want to do is to teach people that whenever you're enrolling a new member, you automatically click that roundup button. That's just part of enrollment. Don't even make it a question. And you say, this just rounds up your order to the nearest dollar to go to help on these people that are in need. So I need to turn on my share screen so that I can show you how to round up, so that you can show someone else how to round up, because I want you to do this for your whole team. Okay.
I put it in the chat, but in case you're not reading the chat, my favorite part of the foundation is that 100% of our donation goes to the cause. Young Living covers all of the administrative costs, and you just don't see that. You just do not see that with companies. If you want a company with a great heart, we certainly have one.
Yeah, absolutely. So the money's going to be used. This is how you get there. From your dashboard, you click on Essential Rewards. Okay, over here under Payment Method, change payment. You only have to click this once, and it will always, always, always round up. Right here, automatic round up. All of my orders are rounded up to the nearest dollar. So it makes it a complete, look, you can see I rounded up my order to $4.29, so it balanced it out. But you can also put in here, if you want to donate $5 every time you order, if you want to donate $1 every time that you order, that's something that you can do, and you can click exactly where you want it to go. You want it to go to the Academy, you can click that, so that every time you round up, it's going to go straight to the Academy. If you want to do Hope for Justice, if that's where your heart is, you can pick Hope for Justice. It's that easy. You just click the automatic roundup, and then you save it. Save the changes. And now every time I order, all of those roundup donations are going to go to the Young Living Academy. I really, really hope that all of you are already doing that. But if you're not doing it because you didn't know, now you know. And now it's your job to go share that, because 99 cents isn't going to hurt anybody, but it can make a big difference. All of our change can make big change for someone else. And if you ever get the opportunity, right now, the issue is the school's not big enough, but there are kids on a waiting list to get in the school, and there are sponsors on a waiting list to sponsor a child. So right now, I'm going to start working with Greg to try and figure out a way to solve the problem. And it may be that every child gets 4 sponsors instead of 3, so that they can have everything that they need. And now, this is really cool. So from the Grow group, we've never asked, if any of you are in Grow, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you're not, you need to be in there, so ask someone to add you. In the Grow group, we've never asked to be paid. It's not a paid for group. All the information that we share there is completely free. We're never going to ask for you to pay to be in this group. That's just not a thing we're going to do. But what we do ask is that you make a donation to the foundation every month for the amount that you feel like the group is worth. Like whatever content and information is shared there, whatever you feel like you should pay for it, we ask for you to give that to the foundation. We've never been able to track those donations before. Because there wasn't a way that you could put a note in there and tell them what you wanted it to be for. But after I was talking with Greg, he showed me how I could make a fundraiser. So I made a fundraiser, and my goal is for us to get roundups for this fundraiser for $25,000 this month. And so I'm going to share that with y'all. Let me copy the link so you can click this link, and you can share this link in your groups in order to hit that goal. So this is the fundraiser. The name of the fundraiser is Grow the Foundation. That's the whole point of my message here. I really can't explain how impactful that it was for us to be there, and how we didn't want to leave. We wanted to finish our project. We wanted to be able to do more than what we did while we were there. We wanted to just sit and play with the kids, and like they're the cutest little things. Y'all, I'm not kidding. There's a playhouse, and the kids were sweeping the floor in the playhouse and like feeding each other mud pies. And that was my favorite thing to do when I was like 3 or 4 years old, was to sit and mix dirt and water and make mud pies in my play kitchen outside. And so that was the sweetest thing. Their art classroom is in a tree house. Like, how amazing is that? That's something my kids don't have. They don't go to art class in the treehouse. It was just a really, really awesome experience. So whatever your goal is, erase it and make it platinum. Everyone needs to go to Platinum Retreat. Like, you have to be there. So I hope that you'll round up, and I hope that we can reach our goal, and I can keep us updated, because if you click on this fundraiser and you make a donation, it lets me track how much we've raised over the month. And I know we're going to meet and surpass our goal, and that makes me super excited. So thanks for letting me share.
We love you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So earlier today, I said to Rachel, we have a little Marco Polo group, we were talking, I was like, Rachel, you should totally share. And so from my perspective, I was thinking I wanted her to share with you guys, because I wanted everyone to realize the power of retreats. Because like, if you've been on silver retreat or gold, like they're phenomenal. And I love that Ecuador retreat. I have not been, but I knew that it is like a shift. Like, you're getting pampered. See, Rachel didn't even mention that she sat at the beautiful center, and they played in the pool, and she didn't even mention all the fun, but she got pampered and loved on. But what really happened is that it shifts your heart, and it shows you like, this is who Young Living is. And so if you haven't been to a Young Living event, if you haven't been to convention, I just want to encourage you to go to those things and aim for those retreats, because silver changed me, gold changed me. I already know platinum's going to change me. I'm going to cry the whole time. I love it. Thank you for sharing, Rachel. That was awesome.
And that's what was so hard too, because when we got back, I held it all together while we were there, because I didn't want to make a fool of myself and make them think that I was this crazy gringo from Alabama. And so, once we got back, then I was talking to Melissa, who works for the foundation, and lost it. She goes, it's okay, we'll talk later. Well, then she obviously told Greg about it, and so then Greg came and found us at the farewell dinner, and Chris and I were both sitting there crying, telling him how much it meant to us to be able to do that. And if you sponsor a child, don't skip the home visit, because so many people did, and they told us how special it was for us to be there, because they look forward to it. The kids and the parents look forward to it, because the parents are so grateful. And they said last year hardly anyone went on the home visits. And this year, I know several people who didn't go on the home visits, because it's an exhausting 3 days. You travel in, you have a dinner, you're at the academy all day, and then you're at the farm all day, and you want your day of rest to either go to the market or sit by the pool and not do anything, or go to the spa at the hotel. People want that time to skip. And there are people who go and they've sponsored a child for 5 years and skip the home visit and don't take the opportunity to meet them. Don't be that person.
Don't be that person.
See, I love this, because it feeds right back to last week when I was telling you guys that so many MLMs are they start out with, it's funny because they start out with the company and the purpose and everything, and then they have a kind of cool product or whatever, but it's so neat that so many of us find a back door, that we fall in love with the product first, and then we find out what an amazing company we represent. And Ecuador was definitely life-changing. I've told Rachel this a million times. I'm like, I've got to learn how to speak Spanish, because my sweet baby boy, he's on my refrigerator, and he sends us emails and pictures, and it's amazing what they're teaching them and what they're learning. And they prep for weeks and weeks and weeks for the retreats. And thank you so much, Rachel. You just completely tugged at my heartstrings all over again.
Those little snap, what is it called? The little Polaroid pictures. Yeah, that we gave her. When we walked in on the kitchen, they had 2 frames of baby pictures, and then there was just like construction paper with baby pictures, because there's 4 kids in there. So it was construction papers with baby pictures, and she had our 3 pictures up there that we gave her of that day that we met her at the academy. And so that was really awesome.
I love that. That's awesome.
Please go round up your orders. Please teach us.
Everybody round up your orders. Let's make it, like we talked last week, let's make joining ER just the normal thing. Let's round up our orders like it's a normal thing. Thank you so much, Rachel, for sharing Thank you so much. That's, I have a whole nother, because when you told me only 10% of people of our orders are rounded up, I was like, what? I'm going to log in and mine better be clicked or I'm going to have words with Mr. Calvert. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. We are going to finish this call up a little late. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have looked at the clock. My green is going to go crazy.
It's fine. It's
We're
fine.
going to talk about Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I wish like I had the lights go down and some
some disco lights come on.
So
Get your
Miss
praise.
Amanda is going to start us off on this, and we're just all kind of jump in here. If you have any great, amazing ideas that you can share quickly, you're welcome to unmute. But Amanda, take the floor.
Black Friday is coming. Like, I'm so excited. It's literally the best day of the year. And we're all on these calls because we're running Young Living businesses. We want to rank up. We want to create income with this company. And Black Friday is huge. Y'all know it's the biggest sales day of the year. It's no exception for Young Living, and they are doing it right this year. It's going to be massive. So us girls were just kind of talking about earlier, how do we maximize the sales? How can we grow our team, rank up, and just really explode some growth? So many people rank up, right, girls? Like the last day, man, Black Friday rank ups go through the roof. So we want that for you, for sure. It's totally a great time to start breaking it up and looking at people in groups of people. So like tracking down your people who are about to go inactive and making sure you've got some personal connection with them. I would be dropping a note because you know how sometimes it really sucks to just drop a, hey, stuff's on sale. If you have a chance, send them a personal message, especially if they're your personal enrollment's about to go inactive. Create that micro work, that little connection. But you want to make sure you're going inactive. See that? You can build a kit. You could build like a going inactive kit around the sales if you wanted. The girls have better ideas with building kits. They can share here in a second. Your zero PV people, make sure you're touching each and every one of them. Some form of contact has got to go down with that. Be ready to shop for Christmas. Make sure you're sharing recipes in your groups. Make sure you're talking about Christmas gifts. How can you make a ton of gifts? Oh gosh, so if you go over to my page today, I shared a Polysorb air freshener recipe that we did at an event yesterday, and everyone fell in love with it. You can make a ton of these things for really, really cheap, and it makes an adorable Christmas gift. So make sure you're planting those seeds into your people's heads about how can I make my dollar stretch further. I can grab some things while they're on sale, and I can use that bottle of Christmas Spirit to make 20 room fresheners or whatever it is. One of the girls was talking about, we're talking about building kits to get new members, right? So I don't know what's on sale yet, but if you're, I don't know, does anyone want to talk specifically about building a specialty kit towards a certain member? Jackie, you're unmuted, homie.
I couldn't figure out how to get my finger to work just then. I don't know. I think that we could probably, it's the end of the year. Let's think ahead, you guys. What is coming up? I know New Year's is coming up. So
one of the things that I love to do, especially for my about to go inactives, is Jackie has this set of amazing graphics that are 50 PV graphics, and it's 50 PV for your immune system, 50 PV for your digestive system, 50 PV for skin, for kids, for animals, for makeup, for Nature Red, whatever it is. So whatever comes up being on sale, consider sending it to your about to go inactive and say, look, all you need is a 50 PV order. Which one of these topics or which one of these, things is going, what do you need ideas for? What do you need ideas to help you order? And so then you start a conversation with them, get them to reply, oh, I need something to help my immune system. Then you send them back this graphic that you've already made that's 50 PV, and then say, well, this is whatever on sale. And then do the same thing for your digestive system. Do you need digestive support? Okay. Normally I would use Digestin Life 9. That would be my idea. Is that $50? Then you have to figure out if that's what it is or not and say, okay, well, it's on sale today, so now you get to add this or whatever it is. That's one of the things that I really appreciate and do for a lot of my about to go inactives is giving them options. So have those bundles ready.
That's so good.
We've talked about those graphics several times. That's great to have just a pre-put together something to be like, bam, there it is. Take all the thinking out of it, right?
Right, and they're right around 50 PV. I think, help me out, Sarah Harnish has some on her website as well. You guys, you can do, like Rachel said, immune system, sleepy. You have sports fanatics. I know I say sports because my Amber is on here and she has a gym. So, you know, if she wanted to market some stuff for muscles and Ningxia and, you know, all those kinds of things and supplements in her, to her group of people, like that would be a good kind of kit to do. But I think that thinking ahead for these Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday sales, depending on how big your group is, you could definitely incentivize. Like we said, we have no idea what's going on sale just yet, but I bought some little diffusers and I'm excited to offer, you know, an entry for every 50 PV ordered, or I know Rachel was telling me, oh, you know, if depending on how you guys are trying to boost your OGV or boost your sales or whatever, she was saying, oh, you could, what were you saying about the shipping? Rachel, help me out.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Oh,
that was good.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of the time at the end of the month when we're hustling for the end of the month, we'll say, you know, this is the first 5. The first 5 people to enroll someone, I'll send them the app for free or whatever. Or the first 5 people to enroll get $20 back, whatever you want it to be. And so for the Black Friday deal, I thought it would be a great idea to say, you know, okay, for the first 5 people who order 100 PV or more, I'm going to give you $5 credit to go towards shipping. And then for the next 5 people, the first 5 people to order Ningxia Red, I'm going to send you this cute group like of Ningxia Red shot glasses from Amazon, whatever it is. Or what else? This makeup. If you order 100 PV and makeup on Black Friday, I'm going to send you this set of makeup brushes, the first 5 people. So then you have these little groups of 5 where you're sending them things. You can even say like the first person to order 400 PV on a quick order and get those promos for the second time, I will send you a $25 product credit. You know, because you can earn those promos twice. If you don't have that 400 on your ER, you can also do a 400 quick order, which could be a Black Friday or Cyber Monday deal. Get those promos. That Higher Unity, y'all. Who smelled it? Who's got Higher Unity? I already got 2 because I ordered on mine and my husband's account. I'm probably going to get 4. It is so good. So good. Don't miss it.
Rachel, to your point about like adding the quick order for the people, like who has oily tools? Does everybody have oily tools? Everyone should have oily tools. Okay, so if you have oily tools, you can filter out a custom report for people who are still in Fast Start. Fast Start automatically means that they are under 20% in what they get back, which means that if there's any type of sale that goes on, depending on what type of discounts they give us, it's always at least 10, right? And sometimes it's 15. If it goes any higher than that, then they automatically are getting their oils cheaper than if they have them on ER. So if they've already done an ER order and they're adding a quick order, anyone on Fast Start is automatically getting a deal. So those are people that you want to filter out and send and say something like, hey, you know, the sale's going on. You're automatically saving money here, and here are the promos that go with it at each level. And so that'll be a group of people to filter out, as well as your inactives, as well as your 0 PV people, or anyone who has a DIY coming up and whatever oils or products might be coming up on the sale that they need to stock up for their Christmas DIY if they haven't done it yet, or something like that. So some other good ideas.
Oh, and Jackie was sharing with us last year something about if they ordered makeup or the makeup brush set to give them one of those little makeup cleaner things, or you can give away like a Clairsonic, the face thing, or a cleansing cloth or something. Like there's so many different ideas that you can get from every different category that Young Living has. If they order Thieves Cleaner, then send them a bottle or send them the cute little label that you can get off of Etsy, or somebody will print it for you if you don't have a Cricut or a Silhouette, and just send it to them to put on their bottle.
Yes, all the things, y'all, that we can pair up. I kind of wish we already knew what the sales were. That way we could brainstorm right now different things that we could do for things like that, because what Rachel and Amanda and Jessica had to make me realize is that I don't have to do, like, you can do little things. Like, in my mind, I have to do like these big things, and incentives don't really drive me, so I'm not good at coming up with them. And so they were really helping me out with that today, and so I appreciate that, you guys. All right, what else? So Young Living is going to send you guys.
It's going to be announced.
Do what?
Promos. When are Black Friday promos announced?
Well, originally I think they said it was going to be Tuesday, but now I'm hearing that it's not until Wednesday.
Yeah.
Anybody hear anything different? I know that Young Living is going to send out an email.
Mm-hmm.
You guys be sure to grab those when you get them from wherever you get them. Post them in your Facebook groups. If you are using Project Broadcast, that is a great way to get it in people's hands. I sure hope that my people are not on Facebook. I'm sorry. I want them to be eating tons of turkey, loving on their family, and shopping with and watching all the crazies. Like, that's what I want people to be doing. And so they're not going to be on Facebook. So what's going to happen?
Okay, but here's the thing about them announcing it on Wednesday. If we can get people to buy their Christmas gifts on Wednesday before they go shopping on Thursday or Friday,
that's right.
Already bought from Young Living. So we want.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting at. Like, so using Project Broadcast to make sure they get those in their hand before they do all of that. Then that's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And if you guys know about Sway is it's kind of like a online slideshow per se, I guess is what it would be like. It would be easy to tuck some graphics in there and just send a link. So you don't have to worry about texting 8 million graphics or emailing 8 million graphics or uploading 8 million graphics. You can just put it all in one little slideshow and send that link, and everybody can just flip through it. That's a great idea. It's SWAY, Sway. You need to look into that. And let's see.
Jackie?
Yes.
Does Sway, when someone clicks on that link, does the program tell you they clicked it?
Yes.
No? I think
you can see how many people viewed it. Hold on.
She's going to see how many people have viewed it or can click on it. I don't know. This is the Sway Queen over here. I'm hoping that we can just grab it and share it. And if we get it done in time, I am going to step out and say that we'll post this in our Diamond Dash and our Shoot for Silver groups so that y'all can use that link as well. Because you guys are on our team. So we want y'all to work smarter and not harder and not reinvent the wheel. Rachel's looking for a click count. You see?
There's also it's a video post, but there's a video screen capture type program called Loom. Have you seen that, Jackie?
I have.
And they keep count of who views and things like that, and that can be, or who opens your Looms. That can be helpful for people who like video content. You can make little small ones and have like a little bubble of you like up on the screen with the your screen capture. So if people like being able to see that type of thing and hear your voice and see your face, depending on how people learn, that might be another thing to use.
Okay, here's the problem. But yes, you can. So there is an analytics on Sway that when you go in, and you can pull it up and it will show you how many people viewed it and how many people did quick view, and how many people did a deep read. So you can tell that they spent more time on it. Yes.
So that's only going to be for you or whoever the creator is. Like, yeah. So that's not going to be for all of it. We're all not going to be able to log in and see the click count on that. Unless, is there like a duplicate button on there?
But yes, you can duplicate them too. Yes.
So if you get on there and you duplicate it, and then you use that link, then you will be the creator on your Sway, and it'll just be the same exact thing. So I remembered seeing that. So there's an option. But I personally, I mean, either they're going to view it or they're not going to view it. I must not be that green on that side of it, because I'm like, I don't care. You can lead a fish to a fish. You can lead a fish to water. Oh my gosh, I've got to go to bed, y'all. Okay. Anybody else have anything y'all want to add? Where's Tammy? Oh, sexy down there. I know you have some mad ideas. Come on, brains. Spit them out.
Oh my gosh,
Miss
I love
Pam,
her.
I know you have ideas. Tammy's like, no, I have Shane typing away.
Is Amber Hill still on here? No.
Yes.
Amber Hill.
So some of the things that we're doing is we're going to bundle some things together. So we're going to look at what the sales are. And if you purchase, so just like they're talking about the immune bundle and all of those, we're going to take whatever sale items there are, we're going to bundle it in. If you buy that bundle, then you're entered to win. So we're going to make sure that TV is up to like, we're going to do tiers like 100, 200, 300. And obviously the 300 gets something prettier and better. But it kind of does the thinking work, I think, for people and takes that out, which some people just want. So we're working on that once we get all of the pictures or whatever it is on Wednesday. They tell us whatever it is. So I'm excited about that. But I'm really working on like just engaging this whole entire week with prospects and people. And that's what we're telling our team is just constant engagement on Facebook, because you don't want to sound salesy on Friday. You want engagement all week long, and just that's it. That is the only focus our whole team is doing this whole entire week, is calling people, getting on their Facebook, getting on Instagram, sending them text messages and emails, whatever you got to do, whatever you got to talk to them, get them on Marco, and just building that relationship so that when Friday comes around, we've already formed them and we know what they need.
That's so good. That's so good. So everybody write that down. Your homework for today is start connecting with people. I know you probably already are doing that, but intentionally connecting with those people that are not oily, because I have a tendency to talk to all my oily friends because they like me and I don't annoy them. So I have a thing where I'll go to Facebook and I'll just go to the search bar and I'll type in B, and like I'll look through the list of the populated B names and I'll go, oh, I haven't seen that person since high school. Don't even know who, like, don't even remember their last name being that. And I'll click on them and I'll find something to talk to them about. And if they talk back to me and I feel good about it, then guess what? They go over to my prospect list. And I showed y'all how to add them. But you got to make those lists before you can add them to the list. So homework is start connecting with people now, so that when you start blowing things up on Wednesday, you don't look like a salesy, crazy person. Let's start talking to our team members about rounding up and the significance of rounding up, and, you know, what a huge impact that's going to make. Log into your virtual office and look at those different foundations. Like, look at the different things there. The Hope for Justice, disaster relief. Like, where's your heart in that? And y'all go make a friends list. I want to see what friends list you come up with. Prospects, team leads, you know, Crossline. Not that you need that, but for some reason I put people on that because, believe it or not, I'm like, is this person on my team? I don't even know. And then I go look at their friends list and I'm like, oh yeah, they're on this person's team. It's just a thing. So create a friends list. Let's talk about rounding up, and let's start connecting for our Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. Okay. We are only 13 minutes over.
Okay, we started a few minutes late. So.
We did. We did start a few minutes late. Anybody have anything? Anything at all? Miss Becky Enos, I'm going to connect with you tomorrow. Please let me go to bed tonight. It's super easy. It'll take 5 minutes. I'll Marco Polo you.
Okay, everyone have a good night. We'll see you next week.
You did. You smarty pants. Okay, bye y'all.
Bye.